Hello doctors. So topic for today is pedigree analysis. This topic is asked both in theory as well as in practical. In practical it is generally asked in spotting. So the first case is of autosomal dominant. The autosomal dominant is gender neutral. It is gender neutral. Okay. It is gender neutral, that is males is female ratio is almost equal, and second thing, it can be expressed both in heterozygous or homozygous state. It can be expressed both in homozygous and heterozygous state. The points that should be kept in mind while seeing the pedigree chart of autosomal dominant is never it never skips a generation. Unaffected parents produce unaffected keys. This is the key point. Unaffected parents produce unaffected offsprings. Unaffected parents produce unaffected offsprings. Heterozygous, homozygous, both can be there, but the key point is unaffected parents produce unaffected offsprings, and males and females get affected in the same ratio. So first this and second this. If you see these 2 points, then this chart is done. First, unaffected parents produce unaffected children, and male and female are in equal ratio. So you can see that male and female are equal ratio, no gender bias in this chart. Second, unaffected parents produce unaffected children. So here, unaffected parents produce unaffected children. Unaffected parents produce unaffected children. So the examples of this disease, autosomal dominant, we can have a mnemonic of dominant. So dystophia myotonica, osteogenesis imperfecta, Marfan syndrome, intermittent porphyria, neurofibromatosis 1, achondroplasia, neurofibromatosis 2, tuberous sclerosis. Okay. So now the second case is of autosomal recessive. First, gender neutral, males and females are in equal ratio, gender neutral. And second, it affects enzymatic proteins. Third, only in homozygous state. Okay, so only in homozygous state. So mainly it is expressed in homozygous state more, and the inborn errors of metabolism are generally example of autosomal recessive characters. Okay, inborn errors of metabolism, either protein, fat, carbohydrate metabolism diseases are generally examples of autosomal recessive. Okay, so Friedreich's ataxia, sickle cell anemia, thalassemia, Wilson's disease, hemochromatosis, homocystinuria, aldosteronuria, albinism. So what should be the key points? Key points is two affected parents will produce only affected children. This is the key point. First key point is affected parents will produce affected children. Okay, in autosomal dominant we have seen that two unaffected parents will produce unaffected children. In autosomal dominant, unaffected parents produce unaffected children, but here we can see this is unaffected, this is unaffected, but in this affected child is there. So the key point for autosomal recessive is affected parents, affected parents, affected parents, affected children. Okay, if two parents are affected, all the children will be affected. Okay, so this is the key point. And second is gender neutrality. Males and females are almost in equal ratio. Now the X-linked dominant inheritance. Males and females both can be affected, but the key point is affected father can transfer the disease to all the female individuals. This is the key point. Key point is father, if disease, it will transmit to all the daughters will be affected. Affected daughters, affected father, affected daughters. See this. If the father is affected, then all the daughters will be affected. If you see this pattern, affected father, then all the daughters will be affected. Okay, this is the key point for the X-linked dominant character. Okay, example for this is fragile X syndrome, Alport syndrome, vitamin D resistant rickets, and incontinentia pigmenti. Okay, so the key point is affected father to affected daughters. If father is affected, all the daughters will be also affected. Now the X-linked recessive inheritance. X-linked recessive inheritance. Females are usually carriers. Affected males transmit the disease to all their daughters, who are often carriers, but to none to their sons. Okay, but what is the key point? Key point is, if the female is affected, then all the sons will be affected. If the female is affected, if the female is affected, then the XX will be there, small x, and then y n small x, then y n small x, because it is a recessive character, it has to be in homozygous state, but in males only one X is present. So all affected mother will transmit the disease to all its sons. So affected mother, affected sons. So this is the key point in X-linked recessive character, and males will be more than females. Okay, ठीक. So examples will be Leishman syndrome, hemophilia A and B, color blindness, G6PD deficiency, Duchenne muscular dystrophy, agammaglobulinemia, Wiskott-Ehlers syndrome. Okay. Violent inherit. It is the most simple and most easiest. If in a chart only the males are affected, then it is violent. Only males. The key point is only males. So we'll revise the key points. So if we see in autosomal dominant, the key point is unaffected parents, unaffected children. Unaffected parents, unaffected children. Okay. In autosomal recessive, unaff- un, in autosomal dominant, unaffected parents, unaffected children. In autosomal recessive, affected parents, affected children. Affected parents, affected children. This is autosomal recessive. This is autosomal dominant. Okay, so the autosomal dominant unaffected. In autosomal dominant, unaffected parents will have unaffected children, while in the autosomal recessive, affected parents will have affected children. Okay, this was the key point of autosomal recessive. Third is X dominant, X-linked dominant. In the it is in it the key point is father will have all the daughters affected. Affected father will have affected daughters. Affected father, affected daughters. Then X-linked recessive affected mother to affected sons. If in X-linked recessive, if the mother is affected, then all the male patients will be affected. All the male children will be affected. Okay. If the mother is affected, then all the males children will be affected. This is X-linked recessive, and the Y-linked is very very easy. All the males are affected. If any chart, all the males, no female, then it is violent. Okay, then it is violent. This is pedigree analysis. Thank you.